My inspiration and motivation just kind of happened. I actually started in cosmetology school when I was in 11th grade. So I graduated high school with my cosmetology license, but I was working in the barber shop. And about 5 years after I got my cosmetology license, I went and got my barber license. So I started as a barber later, but I was always in the hair industry. I started when I was about 16 years old. The Styles Inspired by Marc is pretty much just creating a nice environment and culture for all people. Yeah, I wanted to create something that all people felt comfortable coming, women, men, little kids, people from all demographics and all cultures of life. And I think we did a good job in, doing that. Um, Everything is customized, custom mirrors, 10-foot mirrors, old school barber chairs, old school lather machines that we actually use. And, it's just really a great aesthetic that people just feel comfortable, coming, great music. It's just a universal appeal. And it's just something I'm really proud to be able to create. The complete balance in my clientele and my outlook really started from how I started. I'm African American, of course, but when I was in high school, I wasn't really popular, and a lot of my African American friends wouldn't let me cut their hair. Even though they were friends with me, they wouldn't allow me to cut their hair because I wasn't really popular. But my Caucasian and Asian friends let me cut their hair. They didn't really care that much. They were more carefree and more open-minded to allow me to grow as an artist. So I actually started cutting all hair textures from the beginning, and I just carried it on in my career. So I actually started out being able to have all those experiences early. So it's nothing new to me. A lot of people are getting into different hair textures, but I actually started out doing all types of hair textures. I was 17 years old doing long, long curls with women's hair, updos with women's hair, and also cutting the fathers and the grandfathers' hair as well. So, I locked down whole families, and I was always diverse in different hair textures.
So you're clearly a talented all-rounder. I want to feel where your heart is. If you could only do one cut all day, every day, what would you cut in to kind of really feel your speciality, if you like?
Wow. To do one haircut all day, it'd probably be like a UK crop or a fringe. I love that hairstyle, and the reason why I love it is because you're able to show different facets of the hair industry or different talents on one hair. Like you can fade all the way around, nice tight fade, but the top you can do a lot of shear work, a lot of texture with shears and the texturizing shears. You can also utilize different blow drying and product techniques as well. So I feel like that's a really complete cut for that I could do. Actually, when I traveled to London last year for my birthday, one thing I try to do every birthday is I try to educate myself a little bit more. I took a Vidal Sassoon hair class for a week in London, and when I came back to the U.S. in my shop, I was given that same haircut all week. Like people were asking for comb overs, and I was just giving crops anyway. Like, just trust me on it. Wear it for a couple of days. If you don't like it, I'll give you a free haircut. But, that's one cut I would do all day, every day if I had to pick one cut and one style.
Okay, talking on an emotional level, what gives you the greatest satisfaction in hairstyling or barbering?
Giving me the great satisfaction, it's just my everyday clients. You have a lot of guys that are celebrity barbers. They do different things, which is amazing. But for my everyday client, the everyday working man, to send me his son, his generations, his grandfather, or even his wife. I cut, people's wives' eyebrows. I do the back of their necks. Like I'll style their hair, grandmoms. To be able to lock down generations of families is what really gives me great satisfaction. The repeat clients, everyday people that respect my work.
And talking about greatest, what's your greatest achievement? Because you've been at the game now for 16 years. What would you say is your most pleasurable or your greatest achievement in barbering hairstyling to date?
Wow. I would say being able to give back, and being able to give back through apprenticeships that I do, and education that I do. And the reason why I say that is because, a lot of people, they try to act like they made it by themselves. And looking back on my career, I had a lot of help. A lot of people gave back to me. So my greatest achievement is being able to help people get licensed, where I can give them their barber license or cosmetology license at a discounted rate, where they can become professionals in this industry and add to this industry through me. So even if they open their own shop or, be able to go on and do their own thing, at least I know I was a part of that, growth pattern. Yeah, so like with this year alone, I helped 4 people get licensed. So, like I said, that's something I take great pride in because I'm able to add to the hair industry in a positive way.
So tell me a little bit about that, because as people in the UK, we don't actually need any form of formal education to open a shop. So tell us a little bit about what you do for the clients that come into your door, through your door, to achieve this licensing, if you like.
Okay, well, first is this, like, I help them get a barber license, but I also teach them cosmetology techniques. I teach them barbering techniques, traditional barber techniques, business techniques, and I also teach them advanced men's haircutting. Barber schools in the U.S. are okay, but they don't really teach you. They teach you the basics, the bare minimum. Where I come into play, I'm able to teach you advanced training as well as teach you stuff that you would learn in cosmetology school if you feel like you need that or if you want that. So. Everybody teaches people how to cut, but I take it to another level where you're actually able to get certified and licensed, but you're also able to, learn advanced training as well. So it's like a complete program that I put together for people.
And do you put these guys on the shop floor, or is it purely classroom floor training?
It's like I try not to bore people. I try not to get too much into theory, even though there is some theory. But my main thing is teaching them skills that they can actually build and use and build clientele, every day. So we do a lot of practical. We dive right into it. I kind of gauge people based on their natural talent first, and I'll see where they are from there. And if they're able to take on the floor, then we do the floor. If not, I'll gradually, work them into the floor or shop, situation. In my shop, I move a lot. Like I move a lot. I'm more of like a fast cutter is what they would say. I'm very detailed, meticulous about how I cut, but I cut fast, and I like to use a lightweight and a cordless setup. I use my Andis BGRs. I don't work for any companies, by the way, but I use Andis BGRs. I use Wall super tapers, cordless. And I also use Andis cordless outliners. I like to have a real lightweight setup. That way it makes my workload easier and makes me feel more comfortable as my work day progresses. And, I feel good. I don't knock my clippers off with cords. I try not to overload my station too much as far as my kit as well. That way, I keep everything balanced and simplistic on my station. So that's my cordless setup. No, I use them all around. I use them for bulk work. I use them for clipper over comb. And what I'm doing a lot more now, I'm using for like outlining, especially because I have a lot of straight hair clients. And instead of using the actual outliner clipper, I'll use like a 3-0, and I actually use that to outline my clients, which works out great for me. I'm gonna be educating at a Barber event, blurryfades.com event this Saturday, October 4th. So that's really good. This Sunday, actually, I'm sorry. And I also have my Marc Academy, which is my independent education that I do at my shop in Philadelphia, PA. That's really good. I'm having that at the last week of October. And, just traveling the world, continuing to try to build my shop and build myself personally.
Have you got any plans to come back to the UK and educate? A lot of the guys are singing your praise, but you don't seem to be sharing it. Have you got any plans to do anything in the UK?
Well, you know what? I would love to come over here and do a class in the UK. I respect a lot of guys over here, and it would be a great opportunity for me. I actually want to come and work in the UK for like a whole month and just live as an everyday person and work as an everyday person because I really love it here. So I'll be looking forward to doing something really soon here on the education level.
Have you got anything to say to the London School of Barbering whilst you're here?
You guys need to come bring me in to do something. And, maybe we can set something up where I can come do some education and, just network and continue to build in the right way.
And what do you think you could bring to the London School of Barbering?
Well, I feel like I could bring, first and foremost, a non-biased opinion because it's like this thing between UK and American barbers. I feel like, I feel like we can kind of merge the two and appreciate both styles and learn from each other as opposed to, kind of looking at it like it's a competition. The world is vast, and I feel like we need to take advantage of everything that we have available to us.
And what do you think is the next big thing in barbering? There's been a lot of fading going on this year. What do you think the next big thing in barbering? What's your vision?
Well, the biggest thing in barbering, I feel like that's coming up next is pretty much the emergence of or the merge of cosmetologists and barbers, and a lot of places in the world is, combining the licensing. So with that said, I feel like with men's hair is going to become like longer hairstyles, like more of like a Beatles look. So I tell even guys that work in my shop, learn how to cut with shears on longer hairstyles, not just the top. Learn longer layered hairstyles, because I strongly feel like the next style and the next wave is going to be longer shoulder length hairstyles with men. So, if the thing about this is, like, if you don't keep educating yourself and keep pushing yourself forward, you'll get left behind. It's just that simple. So longer hairstyles, maybe even longer than women wear their hair now, is going to be the next big thing with men's hair, I feel like.
Why would you say that? What gives you that feeling?
Because it's everything comes back full circle, and it's only but so tight or so bald you can get on the sides and the top, with shorter styles on the top, with like a French look and a bald fade. And so I think it's going to revert back to longer styles, more natural looks.
More of the stories prepared for.
Yeah, prepare for the season, because if you don't, you'll get left behind. Kind of like back in the day when the barbers, when the guys was growing their hair out, like the Beatles was growing their hair out, guys didn't know how to adjust to that, and they lost money. Barbershops is closing down worldwide. So you have to be able to be open minded and kind of like gauge the forecast in the future. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. And another thing I would suggest to barbers, and I tell barbers all the time, is create a network and create friendships with cosmetologists. That way you can learn their cutting techniques, their styling techniques, and stay ahead of the curve. Don't be closed-minded. Yeah.
No, that's very true, because at the moment a lot of the hairdressers in the UK have lost business, because with the advent of the skin fade, they haven't got the hair clipper skills to do that. So a lot
Very
of
true.
guys have had to come into the barber shop. So what you're saying to the barbers is, prepare yourself, or you could find that they're actually going to go back into the hairdressers, because obviously they're...
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And most of the people that take my classes, the education I teach, which is my Marc Academy, it's a lot of cosmetologists, because they want to be able to get more technical with their fading and more, detail with their fading and blending, where barbers want to get more, diverse with their shear work and their styling techniques.